All right, we are live coming in. If you guys are just tuning in, go ahead and drop a comment on YouTube or Facebook. Friday afternoon, we're talking about Reels, we're talking about social media, and we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, we got a couple people in here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, out of curiosity, for those of you guys that have tuned in, how many of you guys are already posting Reels? Posting short form video on Instagram. We're going to be talking Instagram specifically when it comes to short form content. So how many are already doing that? Nobody. We'll see. Okay, well, this class has two different parts. We're going to talk a little bit technical about how you do it, and then we're going to actually talk about content and the different types of content that we're seeing a lot of success. But as we break it down, let's talk about why are we even talking about social media and Reels. Basically, there are a ton of users, actually 4.74 billion users around the world. So about 59% of the population is on social media. 59% of Americans use Instagram every single day, and 91% of active Instagram users say that they watch videos on the platform weekly. 50% of Instagram users say that they've clicked through to a brand's website after viewing a story, right? Or some other form of video. And Instagram drives conversions, right? 92% of users say that they've acted in the moment after seeing a product on Instagram. And you guys know this is true, okay? So Thanksgiving, Merrill cooked an amazing dinner for us. And interesting enough, he was like, not this year, but maybe next year, I'd love to get some Hexclad pans, or pots and pans, Hexclad. I think they're the ones that Gordon Ramsay, goes on and on about. And so he wants these Hexclad, things. I've never looked them up. Okay. You guys know where I'm going. Comment in the chat. Where am I going with this? So Merrill and I have a conversation about Hexclad pots and pans. And then probably within an hour or two, I jump on to Instagram and I'm just scrolling through Instagram. And what do you think I got a sponsored ad for? What do you think I got a sponsored ad for? Not just pots and pans, Hexclad, right? We know Instagram drives conversions. We all know that we've acted in the moment of seeing a product. You see, Stefan says Hex pants. It's absolutely true, guys. You guys know this has happened. I've even had more weird things, like once I said something like, oh, I've got some eczema. And then I started seeing eczema ads in Instagram, right? But most importantly, it knows the things that we're looking at and it makes suggestions to us. We can use that to our advantage as realtors. So, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the size of your account. I have less than 2,000 followers. I'm very close. I was at 1,900 and 1990 something. So I'm very close to hitting 2,000, 2,000 strong. But even accounts under 5,000 are reaching really good rates. In fact, recently, Instagram specifically said they're favoring small accounts. So you just got to remember, you have opportunity there. It's not too late. It's not too late to use Reels. And as a coach, I would just say one other thing is please don't think that posting Reels is going to take the place of prospecting. Okay. I like that. Someone says, let's get Christy to 2,000. Yes. I appreciate that. Let's be perfectly clear. This is something you do in addition to prospecting to get business. Highest and best use of your time, obviously, is going to be making your calls, following up with your database, doing some form of chosen prospecting, and we enhance our business through marketing. We enhance our business through videos to build our brand so that people know, like, and trust us. So this is in addition to doing the old school work that nobody likes to do. Okay. It's really important that I say that because I don't want you to stop doing open houses and just post reels. That's not what I'm a proponent of. Okay. So here's just a nice little sample side from Social Insider. That black line is reels, right? So what has the most reach? If you look in here, yellow is video. Now on Instagram, all video has been turned into reels, but specifically reels right here. You've got carousel, which are also very popular. And there's a lot of reasons behind why you should do carousel, because obviously more people will spend more time with your content, then your content will be pushed even further the more time people spend with it. But video, reels, carousel, it's very obvious that reels is what they're pushing. And they're trying to compete with TikTok, right? So we're not surprised with that. And also now YouTube Shorts. So Gen X is the fastest growing age group. The reason that's important is because Gen X users are the ones that are using it most frequently. So male Instagram users between the age of 55 and 64 has increased by 63% last year. That's according to Hootsuite. Instagram Reels receive 300 to 800 likes on average. In contrast, videos posted on IGTV may only get 100 to 200. So there's lots of demographic pockets in there that you should be paying attention to, and just know Instagram is growing still, right? They're putting a lot of effort into it. So let's talk a little bit. We're going to get technical for just a tiny little bit. Okay. Just a tiny little bit. And you can follow along. You can come back and watch this again. And there's tons of YouTube videos on how to do this. But what is a reel? Basically, when reels first started, they could only be up to 30 seconds. Then they moved them to 60 seconds. They're now up to 90 seconds long, right? The cool thing about reels is they come with a lot of editing tools. Now, to be perfectly transparent, I don't use hardly any of them. I am very simple in my reels. I'm not doing cool transitions. You're not going to see me. A lot of times I'll do some pointing videos. You guys know what I'm talking about, the pointing ones. I'm not sure if I've ever danced in one. I might have danced in one, but I am a dancer, so that's kind of me. But in terms of the editing tools that you can use, I'm not doing that really cool, like take off my sweater and change my outfit, or drop the shoe and my whole outfit changes. Those are cool. You can do all of that inside the reels. But one of the things that I am using and like to use are the stickers, the polls. Those are really cool. The more tools that you use inside reels, the more Instagram likes that, and the more likely they are to push that content. So the cool thing about reels is they are permanent until you delete them. So unlike stories, they don't disappear after 24 hours. Once you post a reel, it's available until you delete it. So this is a great way to create content that can stick around for a long time. I'm going to give you just a heads up that there are lots of things that you can do with reels, and I'm going to share with you guys some people that I've seen on Instagram that I think have some really cool content. I love this guy. I've never met him. I don't know him, but he is so good at what he does. But we're going to dig into more content. But to start with, I want you to be thinking around, am I doing something educational? Am I doing something entertaining? Am I doing something inspirational? Or am I just doing something that's relatable, right? Most recently at Thanksgiving, I posted a reel of my family playing spoons. And the last time I looked, it had something like 27 or 28,000 views, which is by far the most views I've ever gotten on a video, which is kind of crazy. And it's just, I think it's in the vein of entertaining and relatable, right? Because that's the other thing I would say is, remember with social media, let's go back to Gary Vee, and it is not all real estate all the time. But let's take a look at David. He is so funny. I just love some of his content. Let's look at this one. It doesn't have a ton of views, but let's. So he shot this video completely inside the Reel app, most likely. That's why he's got lots of easy cuts. He's using a song, but he's also using original audio. And that's some stuff, right? Here's another one. This is probably posted yesterday about the rate change, right, guys? We're at a 6.13. So another educational. So he's got educational. Let's look at one more. Okay, this one's going to be funny. He's probably using trending audio on this one. Let's see. Oh, no, that's more educational. It had great views. Let's go look at this one. So this is a lip sync, right? You know, even though he's not singing, it's a voiceover. So I love this guy's content. He's got a lot of great stuff. He does a lot of education. He does a lot of entertainment as well. And, you know, that's just something to be thinking about is who are you following that inspires you? And I would look inside the industry and I would also look outside of the industry. Some of the best people I follow are in the health and wellness. And they've got some great ideas and how they deliver their content. And I'm inspired by a lot of them. So that's something to definitely think about. Okay, here's where we're going to get technical for just a minute. And we're going to talk about how to create a reel in 5 basic steps. If you've never created one, it's super, super simple. I'm going to walk you through it really quickly, and then we're going to get back into the types of content and your strategy, right? So to do it, all you basically have to do is tap the plus icon at the top of the page, and then it's going to show you, you know, do you want to do a story? Do you want to do a post? Or do you want to do a reel? You're going to select the reel. You can also, it's kind of like your phone. You know how you can do something in Apple like 5 different ways? Same thing. I do reels by just swiping left, and then I've got the camera ready, and then I can go story or reel. So just know that the easiest way is that plus icon, and it's going to help you move. The second step, and this is where a lot of people get confused, is you do not have to record the video inside the Reels app. So a lot of times when I'm meeting with my videographer, or I've just got my handy dandy right behind me tripod, right? A lot of times I just have my tripod and I set up my camera and I shoot content. I'm not shooting it in Instagram. I'm just shooting a video natively in my phone. Or you can use the fancy cameras if you have someone else doing it. So you're going to have 2 options. You're going to either press and hold the record button, right? If I want to do like lots of movement, meaning kind of like the one you just saw with David, where he was like talking as one person and then talking as the other person, I will record those types of videos inside Reels because I have 0 editing skills, nor do I have the time, patience, or desire to do that. So those type of videos where I'm going to do lots of cuts, I just shoot those right inside Instagram. If I'm going to just shoot a video that's like between, 8 and 90 seconds long, I'll just do it natively in my phone. And then I upload that video into the Reels app, right? Or not app, into Instagram, into Reels. So you're either going to upload footage from your camera roll, or you're going to record inside Reels. And there's a really cool thing that you can do hands-free, and it sets down a timer. So then you can like get your hands in the right place, which is kind of nice. Again, less editing involved. And that's, I think, probably one of the things I love most about using Reels is that if you are super technical and you want to do a lot of editing, go for it. If not, you can just like push record and be done. So during the recording, you can tap on a button to end the clip, tap again to start a new clip. So again, if you want to do multiple, I have never used this align button because I just don't have the patience. And so a lot of times you just see me in one frame and I'm talking, or I cut and I move and I'm talking. But it's very simple to use the align button to line up objects together from a previous clip. Those are great for transitional videos. So again, maybe over Christmas break, you make a fun video and try some of these editing tools. You can edit any of the clips of the video that you want. So a lot of times from vacation highlights and things like that, I'll take my videos and I'll put them in and then I clip them down to just what I want. So if you were to watch the reel that with my family playing spoons, although we were playing with forks because we didn't have spoons, all I did was I was recording our family in slow motion and then I cut that 2-minute video down to the small clip that you see in the reel. And I just did that inside the Reels app. Took me all of like 2 minutes to make that video. So edit clips, you go in and you can shrink down each part of the video. You can hit all clips and it's going to give you a lot of options inside the Reels app. So this is just a screenshot of what this will look like. I'll also point out that I do download my videos with that one right there to save to my phone. So that way, if anything happened inside Instagram editing, I wouldn't lose the video. So step 3 is where you go into editing. And as you can see, there's all these editing tools inside. You can do voiceover audio. You can change the length. You can do the speed, change the layout. I already mentioned the timer. You can use dual cameras, especially if you're trying to do like reaction video, which is kind of fun. And then there's even more when we get in there. So again, lots of really cool ones built in, but guys, I'm telling you, you don't have to use them all. I rarely use any of them. The audio is probably one of the ones that I use the most because I'm using a lot of the audio from the Instagram music library. And I try to catch on to one that's like not super viral, like it hasn't gone viral. So I can get a little bit of that virality and kind of ride that wave. Or sometimes I just pick audio that really matches the mood. It's kind of up to you. I don't mess with the speed very much because again, I'm lazy. I just want to get it out and get it in there. The audio is the one that I do the most with because with the audio you can I can lower the music volume and increase the volume of my voice and do voiceovers. So a lot of times, like if I'm in a model home or something and I just do video, then I go back and I add my voiceover over that. So these are just some of the other features that you can be looking for and maybe just try one, right? So inside the audio, this is where, you know, the camera audio, I can increase that and then I can decrease the song that I want down to be like low behind. That's probably one you need to get really familiar with because even if you're doing original content and original audio, you might want to have in the background some sort of song to enhance. Okay. A couple other things that in step 4, you need to adjust some settings inside your Reels. So the cover or the image that you see in your Instagram layout, you can edit that. You can upload something that you created in Canva. You can upload a photo from your phone. You can even select the scene inside the reel that you want to do. So you want to edit your reel cover. That's important. You want to add a caption. If you are collaborating with someone, you want to tag them in your video, or you can also invite a collaborator, which is a really cool tool because let's say that I'm talking about what you can buy, you know, in the Phoenix metro area for $450,000, and then I tag, you know, Janice Allen in, you know, Kalamazoo, and she picks up and shows us what you can buy for $450,000 in Kalamazoo. I can invite her as a collaborator, and the reel can live on both of our pages, and it's really cool because then I can extend my reach. So tagging people in your reels, but also using collaboration is a really cool feature. You also want to add location because a lot of people are searching by location. I know every single time I travel, I immediately go in and I start following hashtags and accounts to a location that I'm traveling to, right? I also enable the Facebook recommendations. So that way, even if you don't have a Facebook account, they will show your reel on Facebook and recommend it to users. So it's kind of cool. If you do use original audio, you can rename your audio. That's really good thing to do because sometimes, like, there was a video that I made where they had to pull the audio because it wasn't original audio. So it's kind of nice. Captions or no captions, you can do that. And then you also want to decide if you want your reel to be posted just in your feed or just in reels. And I do both. I post it in my feed and both also to reels. And I do that because I want more reach. That's kind of up to you. So something to think about. And this is what it looks like inside. So when you want to edit that cover, you're just going to come right here. Again, you can upload photos or you can just select a scene from there. Sometimes a lot of people will create a cover photo in Canva because Canva is super easy to do. Here's where you tag people and invite collaborators, add in your location. And then you've got some additional posting features in the advanced settings that if you're super technical, you can get into. So once you're done, you just hit share, and now you've posted a reel, right? And it truly is that simple. I don't know if it ever becomes second nature in the beginning. You just have to keep doing it to become really comfortable. So this is so exciting, you guys. If you've wanted to do reels in the past, but you're a busy agent, and because you're I already told you we don't do reels instead of prospecting. It's an enhancement to our schedule. You can now schedule them, which is super, super cool. So, and Kelsey wrote this, guys. While only available to lucky Android users at the moment, your app may already have it available to you, so you need to check out. So scheduling a reel is going to be really, really cool. Keep checking back if you don't already have it. They released it to several accounts, and as she's an Android user, I'm an Apple user. It just kind of depends. If you don't have the ability to schedule reels, keep looking because it's there, right? Instagram's already announced it. So, and that's very exciting because, as you know, in my other social media classes, I am like, don't wing social media, get it scheduled, and don't live inside the app. So here's a couple ideas around having your videos get more views. Text. A lot of times, you guys know this, we are with our phones and we are in a position where we really shouldn't be listening to or even be on our phones, but we are. So we don't have the audio on. So that text is really, really important. One of the editing tools inside Instagram is to just add the captions, and then it'll generate the captions and you can edit them if you need to. That's, again, they make it super, super simple for you to use these tools. And then, of course, creating a custom reel cover that's going to kind of like entice people to click on it. Those are a couple hints that I know are super helpful to get you there. Also, be looking at when you publish. It kind of does matter. It's better to publish than to not publish. But if you do have the ability to pick times, Mondays at 10 a.m., Wednesdays at 9 a.m., Fridays at 1 p.m., those are some optimal times. And then don't forget to share your reels into your stories and into your Instagram feed, because that's just going to expose your content to more eyes and get more people watching it. So don't forget some of those couple features. Now, a couple other things that you want to remember to hit a home run with your reels is that you don't delete it. Right? Like, some people will post one and they'll be like, oh, I only got 100 views. 100 views is still great, right? Like, that's talking to 100 different people. How long would it take you to knock on 100 doors or to get 100 people through your open house, right? So don't delete the video, because even months later, a video can hit a home run. I did a reel last year that I posted on Facebook, and it's got like over 400,000 views, which is just crazy because it like goes lull and then it picks up. The video I did that's playing forks, every single day I'm getting more and more views, and it went from 3,000 to like 15,000 in just less than 24 hours, and then from 15 to over 25 within a couple days. So don't delete your reels unless they're really, really bad. But even then, like, you probably wouldn't post it if it was bad. So you can definitely ride those waves. You want to make sure that you have a hook, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about a hook, but you want to really intrigue people to stay and to watch your video. So avoid really long intros. Definitely avoid like an intro, and you don't need that. Get right to the point. A lot of times I start talking before, and like right as my videos come in, I cut my videos to right when I start talking, because you've just got like seconds, right? So remember that. And then you can use pop-up text, right? Again, using text inside the reel will help you to keep your audience engaged. And don't forget to have a call to action inside your reel. So a couple other things that you don't want to do, right? So I said, here's a couple things to do. Here's a couple things you do not want to do. So you do not want to have watermarks on your videos, watermarks that say TikTok, right? So like if you download a video from TikTok, it's going to have the TikTok watermark. If you take your video and download it from Instagram to go post on TikTok, it's going to have the Instagram watermark. So that's really important. There are apps out there like Snaptic is one of them. Or like I said, download the video before you post it, then you avoid all watermarks. Couple other things that, in my opinion, you want to avoid is political content. That can be very polarizing. Low quality video, low lighting does not perform well. So they will not show your video. So you need to make sure that you've got good lighting and that you've got good quality audio. No text, misplaced text, or too much text. So be cognizant that people are watching this on their phone and where their fingers are, right? The crop is 4:5, not 16:9. Like I said, save your videos, and then just make sure that you've got some relevant content. And we're going to talk more about some content ideas. Now, this guy is hilarious. I absolutely love this guy. But let's talk a little bit more about some content ideas before we jump into the mortgage guy, that mortgage guy. So, thinking around content buckets, I heard Jason Pantana talk about this a long time ago. I think it really, really sticks. So you've got the real me, right? So this is how people get to know, like, and trust you. What are you really like, right? What are you into? What are your hobbies? What are you besides a real estate agent? That's kind of content around the real me. Then you've got the hyper local agent. What's the community that you serve, right? Where do you shop for coffee? What's your favorite coffee shop, right? That hyper local agent that really is in the community, and you show that through your day-to-day living. The knowledge broker, right? So when we clicked on David, some of the things that we saw was he was doing those educational videos, and he was talking about mortgage rates, and he was talking about the house is just going to sell itself, right? That's part of being the knowledge broker. Social proof is a great one, right? Things that the mortgage guy does a really great job. His is super funny. I noticed he doesn't do a lot of like original audio. He does a lot of trending audio, but he tells really great stories through that audio. And a lot of it is social proof, like where his team has been able to do something where other lenders have failed. That's part of that social proof. And then, of course, behind the scenes, everybody wants to know what it's really like to stage a home, and how, like, some of them in the Phoenix area is like in the summer, our lock boxes are so hot. A lot of times you have to use, an oven mitt and the keys will burn you. It's just the craziest thing, right? That's part of behind the scenes. And people are curious about what it looks like behind the scenes for a real estate agent. So that's an opportunity for you to show, like, preparing a CMA and doing some of these other things. Let's go back real quick and let's watch a couple of him. Like I said, he is super funny, and he's got the views to prove it. So when my home buyer has additional income from OnlyFans. Okay. This one is so simple, right? So he's using the trending audio from, I think that's Law and Order, right? And then he just put his own little spin. And he's not doing anything like super special, but let's go ahead and look at this one. And I think that he's just so funny about some of the stuff he does, and it's it's super simple. This is another one that he just did. Yeah. So again, he is a great storyteller inside of his reels, and a lot of times he's just using audio that has been going around, or even some great clips, right? Some really great clips. So this one, it looks like he might be dancing. Oh, he's responding to another one, which is great. He really started that like earlier this year because people were like, "Can you please dance?" And so he started dancing, and it's just you get to see a lot of his personality, and people like him and get to know him, and it's funny. And you'll see that he does a really great like a really great job of being involved with his followers, and that's really important. Like when people comment, you want to stay engaged with the people that are watching. That's going to help your reels perform better and your content perform better, and also that people know, you're recognizing that people are watching, you're recognizing that people are paying attention. Okay, so some of the top performing reels that we're seeing is educational content, tutorials like how to, and this isn't just within real estate. This is within the Reels platform, or within Instagram and Reels in general. Lists, you'll see those a lot. Of course, trends and lip syncing. But here's something that I don't think I've ever seen Byron Lazine lip sync, and he does a phenomenal job. He's when I took this screenshot was several months ago. He's probably got lots more followers than 11,000 by now. Yeah, 47,000. So you can tell his style is very different from that mortgage guy already. He's original content, kind of news style. So you can see he does a lot of news. So his style is very different, right? You can kind of just tell by his thumbnails, right? And he's like very hard hitting. Also, I know that he reuses a lot of his content from his podcast. He also does interview style, right? So actually, I haven't seen this one. Let's go ahead and watch it. So it's interview. Yeah. So he's got a great style. And here's what I love is like he's figured out his lane. He's figured out what he likes and what he's good at. And he does have great, thumbnails that kind of pull you in, right? Like you're gonna want to. I want to click on this one about hair, right? Which color hair? So he's a great one. He's definitely inside that educational. Whereas, the one we saw with the mortgage guy, he's all about trends. He is all about trends and using a lot of these, viral. I can't have any of these clips. Tell me more about what you mean. Like you don't have access. Are you saying that you don't have access to the trending audio? Let me know and I'll respond to that. So if you don't, that's a really great question, by the way. If you don't have access to trending audio or like all of the cool audio clips inside Instagram, it's because you don't have a creator account. Creator accounts are the ones that have access to those types. So if you don't have all the great audio, then you need to go into your settings and change your account to a creator account. You still can run ads. You can still have some privacy, but it will be a public account. So if you've been, if it's your personal profile and you're switching it over to a creator account, if there's things that you're just not comfortable, everybody having access to, you can actually go in and archive those so they stay within your Instagram account, but only you can see them. That's what I did with my account. Is when I moved it over to a creator account, I went from a private account to a public account, and I had a lot of like our adoption story and things like that, and a lot of just like personal things that I only was sharing with family and friends through social media. And I went through and I just archived those, so they still are inside my Instagram and I can see them, but not everybody else can see them. So hopefully that it's probably, if you don't have access to the trending audio and to really cool audio, it's because you don't have a creator account. It's a super simple fix inside of your settings. So, again, a big part of the reason that we've already established, like TikTok's not going away, Instagram's not going away, short form video is not going away. So if you've been avoiding short form video, here's what I love about short form video, you guys, is it's so accessible. It's literally from your phone and doesn't take any editing skills. If you're like me and I keep it super simple, I'm not even doing transitionals. It gives you a way to tell stories, right? And that's why I have Glenda Baker on here. She is, in my opinion, one of the master storytellers when it comes to short form video. And so it doesn't matter the size of your account. You can still get reach. You literally just have to, press the button. But you've got to decide. And I don't know which of her videos talks specifically about how she tested out lots of different types of content before she found this style right here, which is what you're used to, right? We've been seeing this style from Glenda for a while. Oh, this is a sad one. Okay. She's not looking directly at the camera. She's looking at Dallas, her videographer. And this is where she found. So she went through a lot. She used to, she had this whole show from her Porsche and all of these different things. And finally, she found where she was comfortable. And I always like to share Glenda's story because Glenda will tell you herself that she really did try a lot of different strategies before she found her true way of storytelling. So she's looking at the camera. That's not very often. So this is interesting. This definitely sounds like an advertisement, and that's probably why she's looking directly at the camera. But check her out if you want to learn some great tips on telling a story and not looking at the camera and just talking to someone. Yeah, she's just a phenomenal storyteller. But again, if you feel like you're uncomfortable on video, that's why I like to share Glenda, because she doesn't talk to the camera. She talks to somebody and has, Dallas there, and telling a story to Dallas is so natural for her. And there was definitely an evolution in her video career on how that came to be. She's always been a great storyteller, but being comfortable on camera in a way that is more authentic to her. So she's definitely a great one to share. So you have to have a call. Oh, look, 1,996 is where I was at yesterday when I took this screenshot. So you definitely want a call to action, and that is, going to keep people around for a lot longer. I want them to watch the video, but if they're my ideal audience, I also want them to follow me for more content, for more tips. So follow me for more videos just like this. Read the caption for, for the full details. Click on the link in my bio, comment down below, send me a DM. Those are all great calls to action. Okay, we've got a question. Are people using selfie sticks, stands, or hand holding their phone? I haven't figured out how to record myself and then turn around my camera to capture my surroundings. I don't think I can do both views from my camera. Okay, so it's a great question. And the answer is all of it. All of it. So it really depends on the style of the video, okay? I showed you my little tripod, right? That I will do a lot of videos for. I also have, funny thing is my phone is in the shop right now, so I can't actually, I was planning to take you guys live through my phone, but I'm having a horrible issue with my phone. So this is another one that I use. Where's my camera? So my phone sits on this. And a lot of times when I'm here at my desk, I'll have my phone sitting on this and I can turn on the camera. So if I, depending on the type of video that I'm doing, I may put my phone inside my little holder or inside here if I'm just going to be talking to the camera. Sometimes I sit in my chair and I am going selfie style and I'm moving, just like this. So David inside of his car, a lot of times he's just holding his phone, or he probably has his phone inside some, a holder of some sort, right? So for Merrill, when Merrill records his videos, he's not doing it selfie style. He rarely does a selfie style video. He's having someone record him. So, and I'm not the technical expert when it comes to cameras, but I do know that the back camera, my husband just brought my phone back. The back camera has better performance than the selfie camera. And inside the Reels app, you can choose which camera you're going to use to record. And there's also even ways that you could extend your phone to your, who was it that I saw? She is a Tom Ferry coaching client. I saved the video inside of my Instagram because it was such a cool hack. She shares her phone to her computer so that she can have the back camera facing her and be able to do that and be able to look at her computer and see herself. So you can switch from camera to camera if you need to. You're really going to need to figure out what you're comfortable with, right? What are you comfortable with? And do you want someone to record you and you want to talk to them more like Glenda style? Are you comfortable selfie style and just talking to the phone that way? Figure out where you're most comfortable. But the answer is all of it. We're using, when I have my videographer come in, we're not even using a phone, we're using a regular camera and I'm talking directly to the camera. When I shoot video with Kelsey, we're using the phone. And a lot of times when I'm making my own videos, I'm just going selfie style, or I'm putting it inside my little holder, my tripod, and recording the video. So you can get super creative with it. Let's not forget the rule of 7. So we talked earlier that impulse buying on Instagram is absolutely a thing, right? I can't tell you how many weird things Merrill has purchased off of Facebook. I always know when he purchased something on Facebook because it's totally random. And the rule of 7 states that it takes on average of 7 interactions with your brand before people will follow you or make a sale, it takes 7 interactions. That's why you have to be consistent with your content. And I know someone earlier says, yes, I've been posting Reels, but not consistently. And, for me, my magic number is somewhere between 3 and 4 a week. By doing 3 or 4 Reels a week, I am staying inside of that frequency that people are seeing more often. And that's kind of where I want to be. So I don't know that you need to stress yourself out. I do know you do not need to stress yourself out and do it every single day. It doesn't hurt though to jumpstart your account to do like a 30-day Reels challenge. I've hosted a couple, 2 to be exact, 30-day Reels challenge that really, one, you get really comfortable when you're doing video every single day for 30 days. You get to learn the skills better, but overall, you do not need to be posting a reel every single day to stay relevant. Just pick a number that works for you frequently enough that you stay top of mind, but that also you're getting really comfortable with the skills. So where should you start? I always say start with a brainstorm, right? Start following some people who inspire you. So I don't know this person either, Paige. She's a realtor in Utah, and I think she's hilarious in a lot of her stuff. And she sells some beautiful, beautiful homes. And I like the way that she engages with the real estate, with homes, and also the trending audio. So use the Reels Explore tab to just kind of see what's out there. I do Talk. There's an app I like to use. And I can't tell you what it is because I had to reset my phone, and so I don't have it on my phone. But I think it's called Talk app or something, and it'll show me audio that's on the rise. But looking at keywords, looking at current trends, I save a lot of audio. Like if I see something while I'm, on the internet, I will save it. And then I'll go back and I'll say, okay, this was the inspiration for this. Is how I want to use that audio. The other thing that I highly, highly recommend is batch shooting your content. So set aside time and just make a bunch of video. Even if you hate it, just make it. Even if you're not sure what you're going to do with that video, shoot it and save it until the inspiration comes. So a lot of times I film something and then I just figure it out later. It'll stay in my phone for maybe a month or two until I figure out what I want to do. So sometimes I shoot when inspiration hits, but a lot of times I just batch shoot my content. So I keep like notes on my computer and on my phone that if ideas that come along, I save things so that when I do set aside time to shoot content, I can go straight to my ideas tab and just like hammer it out. So let's look at a couple of Paige. She also has, maybe it's funny, all the people I follow like have a really funny sense of humor. But I haven't seen this one. Let's go ahead and look at this one. So this is original audio. It's obviously a home tour, and this is shot with a professional camera and a cameraman. She doesn't always do that. This is a listing one, so she's, for sure she's pitching a listing. This one, she definitely had her phone on a tripod. She did this one herself. This is a list, right? I mentioned to you guys earlier, probably using trending audio. So with this one, she's using trending audio, and then she's using that pop-up text. She's lip syncing to that, if you will. Super simple. This is going to be another one. Let's look. So she's taking that trending audio and she's basically making some explanations with that one, which is kind of funny. This is probably more behind the scenes, the real life lifestyle. So you can see, this is super exciting. If you are looking to relocate to Utah and you love skiing, you're going to click with her. So you can also tell, here's what I love. You can also tell she batch shot this content because her camera was just set up and she's in the same outfit. And most people wouldn't notice that, but let's go ahead and look. So she is doing that fancy transition that I mentioned, like changing clothes. She's using the Align tool. She's using trending audio, and she's basically educating you on part of the process. So again, she is a really good person to follow for some different ideas. She's also really funny, and she does a great job on the lip syncing. So I loved this quote. Social media is the ultimate equalizer. It gives a voice and a platform to anyone willing to engage. Right? Like this is really, really cool. We can perform just as well as Nike. Coca-Cola, right? We can have that same reach. We just have to be willing to try. And that means that you open up your camera, right? You open up your camera, you try. You need to have a process. You definitely want a calendar. Like I said, I like to batch shoot a lot of my content. Rarely do I do social media on the go, just because a lot of times that can be really stressful as an agent, a busy agent. So find inspiration out there when you're on the internet. Save things that inspire you. Follow people to, get the creative juices flowing. Make it fun, right? Just make it fun. And then, of course, I have a huge favor to ask of you guys. Right now, I'm really pushing to get some Google reviews on the content that I'm sharing with you guys. And because as we all know, if you've been to my Google business class, you know how important it is to have Google reviews. And so if you would do me a massive favor, find me at Christy Jenks Real Estate Agent and Coach, and you could leave me a review about something that you've learned that I've been able to bring to the Resilient Realtor group. As you know, I strive to make sure we're bringing new content to you guys every single month, content that you guys suggest. So definitely stop by our Google page, leave a review. I'll make sure to respond, and I appreciate you guys coming here. You can get the resources at ChristyJenks.com. And if you know anybody in the Phoenix metro area that's looking to join a team, we do have a couple spots that we're looking to fill for the beginning of the year as we start our next boot camp for agents here that are looking to grow their business. Resources can be found ChristyJenks.com. I'll throw this up here though. If you want to scan the QR code, I know if you're watching this on your phone, you're not going to be able to scan the QR code. So there's bit.ly Resilient Realtor. Or if you just want to schedule directly an interview with the team, you can hit us up right there. If you guys have any questions, I've got like a couple minutes. I can answer any questions that you guys might have as I leave that up. Let's see. Any questions about Reels and posting social media content? Make sure you ask right now, because I've got a couple minutes that I can answer those questions. If you guys have any ideas on some of the content that you guys want to see coming up in January, February, or March, let me know. Make sure to shoot me a message. I'm putting the schedule together for Q1 of 2023. Okay, what about not using trending audio because they're deleting it? Yeah, there's a huge push towards using original audio. So there's pros and cons to both. If you have original content, go ahead and just do the original content. You know that it's not going to be deleted. If there's something, that you want to use inside some of that trending audio, go for it, right? But if you are doing original content, there is definitely a case to be made to not use trending audio with it, because sometimes that trending audio is deleted. So it's definitely something to talk about. Keywords, keywords or hashtags. Oh, gosh, both. Man, you definitely want to be searching keywords. Keywords are going to help you speak to what people are searching for. So it's a very important piece of the social media puzzle, the SEO puzzle, if you will. Hashtags, there's so many conflicting stories about hashtags, but here's what I do know. They're not completely dead, but you really need to just pick a couple, somewhere probably less than 5, that are really, really related to the content. Don't just go throw 25 hashtags out there to try to capture some audience, because that's really not going to align with who you are and who you want people to follow you for anyways, right? Like, do you want to go viral and then not have people who are sticking around for more content because you had a, hashtag FYP? Right? So hashtags that are relevant to the industry, relevant to your area. Like I said, when I'm traveling to a new city, I will often go find the hashtag for that area, follow it, and then some of the main accounts that are tied to that area. Slides in the resource link. I missed the beginning slides. Those are in the resource link. Yes. So this is recorded on YouTube and also in this Facebook group. So you'll be able to go back, and I believe Kelsey also posts the slides in the resource link, so you can get some of those metrics. I appreciate you guys being here on a Friday. make sure you reach out to us and let us know the content that you'd like to see us bring into the schedule for Q1. And if you ever have any questions, please feel free to reach out, Instagram DM, Facebook DM, or just email me directly. I love connecting with you guys. And for now, be kind and go sell some homes.